I mastered Bloodhunt in just 14 days, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. I played my first game on May 11th, 2 weeks after the game had launched, so I had a bit of a late start. I came in knowing next to nothing about the game, but what I had seen so far looked fun, so I really wanted to jump into it. I spent day 1 trying out all the different archetypes and their abilities, and learning the mechanics of the game, including what guns are good and what guns are not. From my first impressions on day 1, the game was awesome. The movement was fluid, the guns felt amazing, and I was even shaking a little from excitement as I won my first game. My second day started excellently. Fortunately, I was able to make myself feel a lot better by winning my next game. I decided to main Enforcer. While I was brand new to the game and I didn't know it at the time, this was the most powerful class in the game. He can turn himself invincible at will, letting him win fights that he had absolutely no business winning. And he also has a shoulder charge, which is amazing for movement and also makes other players unable to use their abilities. The first few days went extremely well. Even though I was brand new to the game, I felt like I was already dominating lobbies and racking up kills in the double digits. But as I progressed later into my first week of playing, I started to notice players acting a little bit weird. I realized that many of my enemies I was fighting in the first few days were actually bots. See, Bloodhunt has a system to ease new players into the game, where the first few games are partially other new players and partially bots. I felt like this was a good strategy in order to let players get to grips with the mechanics and how the game plays out. Unfortunately, when I got to the point where I was getting placed in normal lobbies with all other real players, I got absolutely destroyed. I saw other players doing crazy movement, from jumping from wall to wall, jumping farther than they should be able to, and using their abilities to outplay me in insane ways. Movement is king in Bloodhunt, and I wanted to get just as good as they were. I had seen some of the top players' gameplay, and I saw them do things I didn't even know were possible in this game. The fast-paced, fluid nature of gunfights and the almost non-stop action meant whoever was the hardest to hit almost always came out on top. I also switched my main to Muse, whose teleport ability and heal was better suited to fast-paced gameplay. And so I practiced. As my first week ended and the second began, I was starting to feel a lot more comfortable in the game. Even though the bots were gone and all my opponents were real people, I was still continuing to improve and getting wins with higher and higher kills. So, I played every day for 2 weeks. But how good did I actually get? Compared to day 1, my movement, aim, and game sense have all improved massively. Now I'm confident taking fights, and that translated to getting higher and higher kill games on my last few days of playing. To see how far I've come, I use tracker.gg to see my exact stats. The link to all of them will be in my description if you want to see them for yourself. Rounding off my 14th day, my overall KD came out to 4.1, with 856 kills and 209 deaths. However, my KD on the last few days was actually much higher. My win ratio ended up just under 12%, with 18 total wins. I'm happy with my stats, especially considering the average KD is around 1 and the average win percentage is 3%. Unfortunately, I didn't reach the goal that I set for myself to get a game with 20 kills. However, I'm confident that if I kept playing for even just a few more days, I would have reached it. Especially since this is my first ever video. Feedback would mean the world to me. So if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, and if you didn't, just leave a dislike and let me know what I can do better next time. I'm going to be streaming my progression daily of the next game I'll be playing over on Twitch, and I would absolutely love if you stopped by and said hi. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you around.